dirty, stinking hyena. Well, back to Fog Wrestling. Bret Hart is still bitter. That's never going to change. But the headline here is that Bret Hart says Hulk Hogan would rather see the company sink than actually come back and help make the next star. Now, this was during a live Q&A event in Germenheim, Germany. WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart said the following while discussing wrestlers that helped him out in his wrestling career. Now, before we get into Bret Hart's quotes, right, about Hulk Hogan, Piper, Perfect, etc., etc., see this gimmick that Hulk Hogan would rather see a company sink than actually come back and help make the next star? It's just absolute horse shit. Yo, I know there's memes out that don't work for me, brother, right? We all know it, right? I'm not saying Hulk Hogan put over everybody that he worked with. There's a lot of guys that Hulk Hogan beat and didn't give them a win or whatever, but there's also a hell of a lot of guys that Hogan put over, man. Let's not pretend otherwise. I mean, look at WCW, right? Guy put over the likes of Sting, Lex Luger, Goldberg, right? Among many others. You look into WWE 2002, The Rock. He put The Rock over. Make no mistake about it. He did. I mean, he fucking put The Rock over twice, folks. Mania 19 and No Way Out 2003. Like, let's not pretend otherwise. Bret is just a fucking bitter... I mean, he put the Ultimate Warrior over as well. I mean, Bret is just a bitter bastard. There actually is just no two ways about it. It's actually embarrassing, man. And also, see the star that Hogan was, like the greatest of all time. Is he even want to fucking put anybody over? Big whoop, Bret. I mean, you're the same guy that was refusing to put Michaels over at the pay-per-view because you wanted to hold on to the belt, even though you'd no fucking right to hold on to the belt because you're holding up the company hostage. I mean, where does Bret get off on this shit? Honestly, this is what he said, and I quote, "Everything for me started with the wrestlers that loved working with me, like Mr. Perfect and Roddy Piper, and certain guys wanted to help me and prove to the office and the promotion that I could be a big star. And so I owe a lot to Mr. Perfect. He was the first guy to really go in there and just show everybody how good I was. Kurt was one of my favourite guys to ever wrestle. Roddy Piper was probably the second. When I look back in my career and I look back on wrestling the industry and I look at what Piper and Mr. Perfect did for me, I can tell you that Hulk Hogan never did that for anybody. He never helped anyone else after his time was being the top guy. He would rather see the company sink than actually come back and help make the next star, which in wrestling, that's kind of how it always works. The next guy builds the next guy after, and it's like everybody helps each other kind of thing." End of quote. Well, it's just fucking bullshit, man, right? That is just absolute fucking horse shit. I mean, why has he even got to bring Hogan into it? It's actually just fucking pathetic. It is. It's actually just utterly pathetic here for Bret Hart. Oh, he never helped anyone. He never helped anyone. Or he never did that for anybody. Yo, I don't have the list, right, of every fucking Mr. Perfect, Roddy Piper and Hulk Hogan match in front of me, right? But see the people that Hulk Hogan put over? You remember it more than Mr. Perfect and Roddy Piper. That's just the God's honest truth. And that's not me bashing Perfect and Roddy Piper, right? Just Hogan's a bigger deal than those two. I mean, I think Roddy Piper's great. And I like Mr. Perfect as well, right? But see this logic that Hogan never did anything for anybody? It's actually embarrassing. I mean, look at 2002, man. Guys putting over Brock, putting over Kurt, putting over Rock, right? And in 2003, he's putting over people as well. Like, what is that? Like, what actually is this? Like, why is Bret just spewing absolute nonsense, man? It's just absolutely crazy why Bret is trying to do this. It's just embarrassing. This is just absolutely embarrassing for Bret Hart. It's pathetic, man. You know, Bret, I'm not going to sit here and say Bret didn't put anyone over. At the end of the day, I mean, he helped make Austin, but here, did he lose to Austin? No. You know what I mean? Austin fucking gushing out with blood in the sharpshooter is what got him over. And I mean, loads of people, right? I mean, like Randy Orton, for example. Yeah, he lost to Hogan, but the fact that he also had a match against Hogan helped get him over. So if you want to praise Bret for beating Austin at Mania 13, then I think you've got to give praise to fucking Hulk Hogan for beating Orton and dropping the leg drop. But man, for Bret to come out and sit here and just bash Hogan, it's embarrassing. I mean, Bret put people over too. Look at that new generation era, man. A lot of guys he helped me. Michaels is obviously the most notable, and some decent feuds in there with like Isaac Yankem, and I know it never really went far, but I mean with Jerry Lawler, I mean he always. I mean, this isn't me like even bashing Bret. It's just like, why's he got to go after Hogan? Honestly, this is just him bitter as fuck for WrestleMania 9, and then the dumb fuck went to WCW, where he thinks he was held down by Hogan again. Bret just needs to learn to fucking hold the L. See, being this bitter decades after, it's honestly embarrassing. Like, think of it, right? WrestleMania 9 was 1993, right? That is 32 years ago. Hogan passed away a couple of months ago, and this guy's still banging on about it. There is not a guy in the wrestling business that is this fucking obsessed as Bret Hart, right? And you know what the crazy thing is? It doesn't even like scream that Bret has got like. I genuinely mean this, right? I don't even think Bret Hart hates like guys like Triple H, Goldberg, and Hogan, right? I think there's clearly guys in the business like Scott Steiner. Like when you hear him speak about Hogan or Flair, I think he truly does hate them. But it's like Scott Steiner's not really. He's not spoke ill of Hulk Hogan since his passing. But Bret here is just fucking relentless in it. I just think Bret's obsessed. He's a bitter, obsessed man. He's obsessed with guys who have wronged him in the past in his eyes, and I mean, if he doesn't let go, he's never going to get better. And I say that like this guy's going to let go. He can't let go. He's got this like infinite grip. Bret is going to hang on to this forever and ever and ever. I mean, it's Hogan today. It was Triple H last week. It was Goldberg 2 weeks ago. It'll be somebody else next week, and then he'll repeat the cycle again. Embarrassing.